Hey guys, it's me Suja over here. Welcome back to another video. So yeah, I'm out here in Saigon, District 1. I'm here at the park. Beautiful morning. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about why you should plan your Southeast Asia trip well in advance. So firstly, if you're new to my channel, the name of my channel is called the Suja in Vietnam. I've been living in Vietnam for over now officially 8 years now. I was an English teacher before for over 4.5 years, and then I started my digital marketing online venture online business, and I'm also a full-time YouTuber. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It takes less than 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, and that way you can support my content. So yeah, it's a very nice sunny day. I got my sunny cap on. Like whenever I travel to Southeast Asia, I like to wear my sunny cap. It's like the countryside look I got, because I live out here at the countryside. And just having a bit of my orange juice. She put sugar. I asked her not to put sugar. I don't know why the fuck she put sugar. Anyways, the reason why I want to make this video is that, when you plan your trip to Southeast Asia, especially Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, or even Laos. I've never been there, but it's just that it's not like those Hollywood type movies where like you close your eyes and you pack your bags and then you say that, oh, I gotta go to Vietnam tomorrow, or let's pack our bags and go to Vietnam right away, or let's pack our bags and go to Thailand right away. I'll give you some reasons why you should plan your trip well in advance when you're traveling around, especially to Southeast Asia. Firstly, certain Southeast Asian countries have got visa requirements, right? So like, let's take for example visa for Vietnam. I believe there are around 90 countries which require a visa invitation letter to come to Vietnam. It's not like in Thailand where you can just hop onto a plane and you can come to the Kingdom of Thailand and enjoy your 30 days or 60 days stay out there. And also it also depends on what kind of passport you're holding, what's your nationality. So and if I'm right, even for Americans, you need a visa invitation letter to come to Vietnam. So it's not like pack my bags, darling, and we're jetting off to Vietnam tomorrow. To get your invitation letter for Vietnam, it takes around 3 to 4 business working days if you're going for 1 month. But if you're going to be, it depends. Sometimes it could take a week. God forbid, you come to Vietnam, or to specific Southeast Asian countries where you actually need an e-visa, and you get denied entry at the airport. And you would be you'll have to pay a hefty fine to get an emergency visa done. So and it's not always, don't expect your home country to be very knowledgeable regarding this. What I'm saying is, if you're flying from your home country, don't expect them to know all the visa requirements, because it's going to be very different when you land there and when you are confronted with the immigration officer of that country in Southeast Asia, and they may tell you like, hey, and this happened to me once. I remember this was long time back. I remember when I took my Filipino ex-wife when I used to live in Philippines for 5 years, and we were actually going to India because she wanted to see India. She wanted to spend some time with my family, and we had a flight from Manila to Singapore, and then from Singapore to Mumbai. And I remember the time that I was being detained at the Singapore Changi International Airport because I flew by Tiger Airways, and I didn't have a transit visa. The immigration officer looked at me and he said, your transit visa?" And it was like a fucking shit show. I mean, I was kept in a room with one Filipino guy, I think one overseas worker, and of course, that was not a pleasant experience at all. So always make sure to know the visa requirements when you're traveling around to Southeast Asia, especially when you're coming to Vietnam. You do require a visa invitation letter. Certain countries are exempted, so maybe you can enjoy your stay out here visa free for maybe a couple of days. But check your country, right? Check your country, check your passport. It's very important, right? And always plan your trip well in advance. If you're planning to go to Southeast Asia, if you're coming to Vietnam, Thailand, plan it out a month in advance. You need to do your research on the internet, learn where you want to get to know what are the locations, learn a few of these survival words when you come to Southeast Asia, and especially when you're going to be living out here. You got to understand where you're going to be staying out there, you in Vietnam, Thailand, or Cambodia. What locations are expat friendly, what are affordable, so just try to have a kind of a simulated scenario, which I always did before I came to Vietnam, because I didn't know anything about Vietnam. And I checked on the internet, I saw like the horrible congested traffic and everything. But yeah, I wanted to become an English teacher, so I had to do the mind mapping simulation that okay, this is what's going to happen when I'm in Vietnam. I'm visualizing myself, so always do the mind mapping simulation before you come to Southeast Asia. That's going to be very beneficial for you when you come out here. Also, be aware of the scams well in advance when you come to Southeast Asia. And I've seen many foreigners who come especially to Southeast Asia, like when they come to countries like Vietnam, especially Vietnam, they get scammed around, like especially the shoe shine guys, or whatever it is, the Airbnb scam and all those things. It's always better for you to be well educated in advance, like what kind of scams you may encounter, so that you're well prepared. That you're not going to get ripped off. And especially the dating scam, just ask yourself this question, like why certain foreigners, especially Westerners and Europeans, they'll end up being homeless in Thailand and even in Philippines. It's a really sad reality because they were not very planned regarding the situation. They dated the wrong girl. They didn't know what were their dating scams. I'm not talking about, not all of them were married. Like they were dating around. Their girlfriends cheated on them. Stole all the money and everything. Especially during the dating games. Just be very careful. If you get someone to your place, if you're staying at a hotel or Airbnb location, keep your belongings very safe. I wouldn't trust anyone unless and until I know that person really well. I'm not going to keep my wallet around somewhere, and it can happen. She can take your credit card, she can take your wallet, she can really fuck you up. So be very careful. These kind of, let me just have a bit of my orange juice. Let me know, how do you like my countryside look? I'm trying to blend in like the real, like the countryside guys out here in Vietnam and in Southeast Asia. They love this kind of hat. It's really helpful. It blocks the sun. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, what I'm saying is, be very careful who you're dating out here in Southeast Asia. Make sure you date the right girl, the right chick. It's a numbers game. But be careful. Don't land up spending a lot of money on your first date. She might say, "Oh, I like wine." That's a red flag right there. Or just go out for a simple coffee. If I'm going to be dating a girl out here in Vietnam or anywhere in Southeast Asia, I'm just going to be telling her that let's go for a coffee date. And if you see that she's using you like an ATM wallet and she's asking you to pay for everything, then I wouldn't feel very comfortable with that. Good luck with you. because the rule of thumb out here is what I've been told out here in Southeast Asia, especially here in Vietnam, is if you date the wrong girl, she will first ask you, "Hi, honey, I need an iPhone, the latest version, maybe an iPhone 16," and then she will tell you that I need a motorbike, and then it'll hop on to can you buy me a house, so just be very careful of who you're actually dating around. Shit, my hand hurts. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of stares out here, because they're just trying to understand what the fuck am I doing out here, right? So yeah, I mean, that's what I want to say, is that be careful when you come out here to Southeast Asia. If it's a nice girl you're dating, she will take care of you, she will do stuff for you, she will introduce her to your family members. And of course, speaking of family members, if you're a solo expat, God forbid you don't entangle yourself with her family, who will just ask you for financial benefits. You know what I mean? That's happening a lot in the Philippines, I've been told, and I've had experience with this, and that's the reason why I had to break up with my ex-Filipino wife, right? I've had all that experiences. I've experienced all the horror stories and everything, whatever. So yeah, just make sure to prepare your trip well in advance. Always carry your medications from your home country. Don't get me wrong, in Vietnam, you do have very good pharmaceutical shops out here, pharmacies, but it's always good to get your backup meds from your home country. Get your Tylenol, Xanax, whatever your sunscreen lotions and whatever. So make sure you keep that stacked up. Get your shirts, get your undergarments, because like out here in Southeast Asia, I don't buy t-shirts here in Vietnam because it fits very small. The size is very small, so maybe an XL size out here in Vietnam is like a medium size in your home country, especially if you come from the West, and if you're coming from European countries, right? So yeah, just make sure to stack up your clothes and everything. Be and just have a itinerary, like where you're gonna be. So this week I'm gonna be out here. Then I'm gonna be traveling out here. So make sure to plan out your trip very carefully, because if you're lost in the sauce out here in Southeast Asia, you could be fucked very badly. And I know, there are like a lot of homeless foreigners in Thailand and Philippines, because they didn't have a backup plan, and it didn't work out well for them, and they're even in Cambodia, I had a white dude who came to beg for money when I was sitting at Starbucks, and he told me that, "Bro, can you give me some money? I want to fly back to the US." I felt sorry for that guy. I bought him a drink, and I told him, bro, what happened to you? He told me that my girlfriend, she ditched me, she stole all my money and everything. And he was a businessman, genuinely, so my heart reaches out to this guy, so just be very careful, so that, I would love to hear from you. I mean, that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say, what else? The scams. Be careful of the food. Like for Thailand, all right. If I'm going to be eating street food, rest assured it's very hygienic and all that. But if we're coming to Vietnam and all that, be very careful of the street food. Because like 50% of the time, you can get food poisoned. So make sure to get all your loose motion meds and all those kind of things, because you don't know what kind of oil they'll be cooking around, so. And also, yeah, know the rules and regulations. Very, very important. If you're coming to Southeast Asia, be very aware of the rules and regulations, like maybe, because like weed is legal in Thailand, right? Weed is legal in Thailand, but if you bring that shit out here to Vietnam, you will be put behind bars. And knowing the nature of the country out here, they'll just lock you up, bro. So be very careful, So if you're coming from Thailand especially, please be aware that weed is illegal out here. Okay, smoking marijuana is illegal out here in Vietnam. Not like when I was in Pattaya, I would be smoking my ass off, or when I'm, so Vietnam, Thailand are completely different. Okay, so be very careful, especially for expats who are flying from Thailand to Vietnam. Be very careful, know the laws and rules and regulations. It's not visa free for all countries for Vietnam, so be very careful. Okay, make sure to have that invitation letter when you come out here to Vietnam, and also keep that boarding pass with you and get your return airfare ticket. You'll be good to go. So I would love to hear from you. More tips. Like what are the additional advices? Sorry, more advices from you prior to coming to Southeast Asia, and keep well enough cash with you, right? Keep one forex card with you, or maybe just have a if you have a Charles Schwab account, make sure you have your savings account, your checking account. Keep some exigency money with you, which should be electronically stored, not physical cash, so that you can get out of the country if it's an emergency in Southeast Asia. So yeah, and just make sure to keep your wallet, and don't flash your phone around too much. Don't flash your cash, because especially in Southeast Asia, like there are a lot of pickpocketers and everything. Be careful of your electronic items, chain snatching and all that. So don't just show around your ornaments and whatever. So be very careful of all these. Kind of a bit loud outside. Yeah, they're chopping off trees out here at the park. I don't know why. Anyways, but yeah, let me know more down in the comment section below. If you like watching this video, make sure to smash the like button and all the good stuff. If you found this video to be informational, you can always buy me a coffee. The link is down in the description below. And additionally, you can support my content. You can pick up a Sujoin Vietnam t-shirt. It's summertime out here in Saigon in Vietnam, so you can pick up a t-shirt for you and your loved one. That way you can support my content. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. This was me, Sujoy. Peace out.